my goodness.
What's up?
I barely made it exactly on time to this spot, so I left the door open. I'm going to close the door, but I'm here.
All right.
How are you doing today, sir?
Fun and exciting news. And we just witnessed history, and a bunch of donkeys want to sell. That's crazy. We just eliminated like $18 billion worth of sell pressure, and a bunch of jackasses want to start selling. It's crazy. We are getting a recovery, though. We are getting a decent little recovery. We have regained a bunch of support levels, so we'll get into it.
Good evening, Third Patriot. And you're saying, so the market's going down right now?
The market tanked immediately.
Which is crazy.
Bitcoin dropped $5,000 in 12 minutes.
We have the most bullish setup. It's absolutely crazy how all this bullish news goes on and people are selling. You guys are weak.
It's the epitome of buy the rumor, sell the news, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't mean to offend anybody out there that does have low T, but it's a very low T move. Okay, it's a very low T move for you guys to sell. What's up, Fozzie? I actually just did an interview with Promo Facey, and I was talking about how much we love it. And I said, Fozzie is at the top of the leaderboard. The guy's killing it. And I was talking about how great their tools are. And so, Fozzie, you got the shout out on the interview. For sure.
I've said this before, and I'll say it again, that I know when Fozzie is online or not. Because the moment he comes online, my notifications just start going ding, 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 ding. It's awesome, though. We love it. Love it.
Lots of big things going on just in the space in general. Very exciting things. I actually want to go ahead and bring up the biggest news. I try to warn you. The biggest news is this. So David Sachs, right? Crypto czar, says just a few minutes ago, President Trump signed an executive order to establish a strategic Bitcoin reserve. The reserve will be capitalized with Bitcoin owned by the federal government that was forfeited as part of criminal or civil asset forfeiture proceedings. This means it will not cost taxpayers a dime. It's estimated that the U.S. government owns about 200,000 Bitcoin. However, there has never been a complete audit. And then the executive order directs a full accounting of the federal government's digital asset holdings. The U.S. will not sell any Bitcoin deposited into its reserve. It will be kept as a store of value. The reserve is like a digital Fort Knox for cryptocurrency, often called digital gold. Premature sales of Bitcoin have already cost U.S. taxpayers over $17 billion in lost value. Now the federal government will have a strategy to maximize the value of its holdings. The Secretaries of Treasury and Commerce are authorized to develop budget-neutral strategies for acquiring additional Bitcoin, provided that those strategies have no incremental costs on American taxpayers. In addition, the executive order establishes a U.S. digital asset stockpile consisting of digital assets other than Bitcoin forfeited in criminal or civil proceedings. The government will not acquire additional assets for the stockpile beyond those obtained through forfeiture proceedings. The purpose of the stockpile is responsible stewardship of the government's digital assets under the Treasury Department. Promises made, promises kept. President Trump promised to create a strategic Bitcoin reserve and digital asset stockpile. Those promises have been kept. The executive order underscores President Trump's commitment to the U.S., the crypto capital of the world. I want to thank the President for his leadership and vision in supporting this, blah, 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 blah. It's great. We're excited. But this is the most bullish statement. There's always been the overarching looming of Fort Knox or Fort Gox? We'll find out when they audit Fort Knox if the gold is even there. But this is one of the most bullish new. This is one of the most bullish announcements. This means that all of the times in crypto where people are like, "Oh, the U.S. government is selling," is never going to happen again.
Right.
The U.S. government is never selling. They're only adding more. And then does this mean they're looking to seize ADA and Solana now? And I say yes, right? They're strategically only moving to add to the reserve by stuff that they seize.
Well,
for illicit activities.
Right. So now there is a difference here. So Bitcoin is the strategic Bitcoin reserve. All else is under the digital asset stockpile. Now they're not looking to buy they're not going to buy ADA, they're not going to buy XRP, they're not going to buy Solana or however many other coins they have in the asset stockpile. So what they're saying is that they will accumulate Bitcoin, but only at a neutral cost to the US taxpayer.
Yes.
So it has to be obtained with a net zero cost.
Which I think that this is super exciting. We don't have to worry about the government dumping on us. Now, all we have to do is worry about the massive institutions that we're excited that are here, like BlackRock, Fidelity, and all the people that actually have money in crypto. So
it's the devil we know, right?
Yeah, but now we don't have to worry about the government. So, you know, it wasn't the establishment that dumped our crypto on our heads. It was the regular TradFi guys that we invited in here.
Right.
Well, so I think that's super exciting. And I mean, beyond that, I feel like there were a few other things that really caught my attention. I will say MinSwap, I still think the MinSwap getting rid of batcher fees is like one of the most massive things in general for Cardano. If you're going to buy, trade, swap, sell any token, you might as well do it on MinSwap. You'll save like 15 ADA every single trade.
That's true, especially if you're breaking trades up or something like that.
Yeah.
Another thing, sweet. So I haven't been able to confirm this. This came out from Watcher Guru. Liberty Financial, World Liberty Financial added SWI to their strategic reserve.
Oh, that's interesting. So maybe it's SWI
pumped. That's why SWI pumped this morning. But then when I'm looking, I can't find it anywhere on any other. They didn't put out a press release. They didn't put out a post on it. Somebody put out their holdings, what they hold, and it wasn't in there. So I don't know. Watcher Guru's kind of meh, you know.
Wait. Yeah, you can hear me. Okay, so Crypto Slate says SUI jumps 14% after it partners with Donald Trump's World Liberty Financial. And this was 11 hours ago.
Yeah, but that's just so this is the same thing that happens in mainstream media.
Yeah.
Somebody puts out an article, and then another person writes an article about that article, and then another person writes an article about that article. But all the information came from one article or one source. So I haven't seen I haven't seen Decrypt or anybody. Huh?
Binance and CoinDesk. Binance broke it earlier.
I haven't seen anybody except for that. And I'm telling you, I was thinking about getting in a SWI long this morning. And I was like, I got so much to do today. And then 2 hours later, I checked my phone and it's at like 290 or something, some crazy number. I was like, what just happened? And then
okay, so Coin Central says World Liberty Financial scoops up 21.5 million of crypto ahead of the. Oh, but that's still doesn't say.
No, SUI. That's the Bitcoin. That's Bitcoin and Ethereum. They bought like 10 million Bitcoin, 10 million wrapped Bitcoin and 10 million Ethereum.
I think everybody says the exact same. It's the exact same structure of wording and everything. It's pretty lame.
Yeah.
Do you think the Ripple lawsuit will be dropped by tomorrow?
No.
So I don't, and I personally believe that the Ripple lawsuit is going to be one of the last ones to be dropped. I think very similar to the Justin Sons lawsuit from the SEC that he wanted to keep open in order to resolve it. I think the same thing is going to happen with the Ripple lawsuit. I think that they're not going to let it be dropped until they have a favorable deterministic outcome. They've already spent over $100 million on the lawsuit. I think that they're not going to drop it.
Well, what it is, it's an appeal from the SEC. So I just Googled it right now. SEC stance. The SEC has not officially announced any plans to drop the lawsuit, despite speculation following a closed-door meeting on February 27th. Legal experts, including Jeremy Hogan, and here I might as well just. So legal experts, including Jeremy Hogan and Meta Lawman, suggest that Ripple is negotiating with the SEC to vacate Judge Torres's decision, which could lead to a favorable outcome for Ripple. So basically, on that statement right there, because you guys got to remember, the lawsuit was technically settled. They were fined, what, 200 million, something like that. And then the SEC appealed one of the judge's rulings. So then Ripple was like, oh, okay, you want to make a motion for appeal or whatever? Well, we'll appeal the amount that was set too. You know, I don't think they ever put the motion through. But apparently they want, so if they vacate the judge's orders, that could mean that the fine goes away, because they've already established XRP is not a security on secondary. The only thing was the initial sale of XRP. So we got injunctive. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff right here. So April 16th is the deadline. Ripple has until April 16th to submit a reply brief related to the SEC's appeal. Any decision by the SEC to withdraw its appeal before this date could effectively resolve the case. So basically, if the SEC pulls back its appeal, then it's over. So that's where that stands.
100%. Shout out to Jay Coco. Big love to Jay Coco. I'm going to do the thing that I should have done already, but I'm going to tag at PromoFacey on our stream.
Right? Yes.
Shout out to PromoFacey. They make an awesome Discord bot. We use it every day. Fozzie breaks it sometimes. He uses it so much, right? So we appreciate everybody for joining us, everybody that engages with what we put out there. I think we should also do the housekeeping. I really love the picture of the llama. I just can't get over it. I cannot get over the llama picture.
The first thing I would like to say is that I have officially been blocked by BitBoy. I
knew that it was going to happen. I'm just surprised it took so long.
He couldn't take the smoke, I guess, or he couldn't take the heat. I don't know. He never responded. He never responded, but it's probably when I called him a POS for calling out Karen. And then I was in the middle of a big, long reply about him putting his whole divorce online and everything. I was like, oh, that's great. That'll be great for the mother of your children. I'm sure your children will adore you even more after this is done, and a bunch of stuff. And when I went to hit enter, it was like, you cannot reply to this. You have been blocked.
Jeez. I wonder which one it was that did it. I doubt it was the last one. It was probably that he just seen so many. And while he
I don't know, I was pretty quick on it because I just happened to be on Twitter, and then he goes on this he posts like 5 times in a row. So I was on Twitter and I'm getting all these. I was like, oh, okay, I'll just start at the top.
I'll work my way down.
Yeah, I only got about halfway through, and that's when I got blocked. So screw that dude. I almost, because we still got access on JPEG Empire account. We still got access on Crypto Nightly account. I almost went and put the reply I was going to reply using the JPEG Empire account, but I thought, that's probably bad. That's bad form on my part.
Yeah.
My own personal account, giving the dude shit is one thing, but using the company account, that's probably not cool.
Yeah, don't want to have to write you up.
Right.
Have to sit down and talk about it, write up a pink slip. Jeez,
yeah.
no.
I don't want to have to deal with HR for sure.
Yeah, exactly. All right. But
all right, let him know what's up, John.
Use John's account. Fozzie, hilarious. I mean, yeah.
There we go.
I could delegate you. But anyways, so in August 6th through 10th, there will be Rare Evo in Las Vegas. It is it is going to be the blockchain and crypto event of the year. I think that last year was the most amazing experience in any crypto conference I'd ever had. I went to Bitcoin Miami. I met BitBoy there. I met literally all of the people. Sin City Crypto, met everybody there in 21. That was cool. But Rare Evo knocks it out of the park. It was way more intimate. It was way more interesting. There was a lot more engaging things to do. There were a lot more networking opportunities. So when
there wasn't a bunch of maxis.
There was not a bunch of. Look, I will say at Bitcoin Miami, there was like one guy with balls. And when I say balls, he was wearing an Ethereum shirt. And everybody else there was like visually upset every single time he walked into a room, every single after party he went to. And this guy was wearing sandals. And I was just like, this guy is hung. He's hung like a horse, not like these Bitcoin maxis. But the point is, when you go to Rare Evo in Las Vegas, August 6th through 10th, if you're going to buy your ticket, you go to rareevo.io, but use discount code Crypto Nightly. There's no reason for you to purchase a ticket for full price when you don't have to.
That's
Crypto
right.
Nightly is the discount code, gets you 10% off. If you're really compelled and you want to spend that extra 10%, feel free to buy me and Desert all of the drinks you want to buy us with that 10% discount, right?
That's right.
Didn't BTC crash after the Miami conference? It did. And actually, it's a standard thing.
Yeah, it seems to be like the ongoing, like every conference it freaking crashes.
Yeah, so I will say, like, even Rare Evo, ETH Denver, Consensus, typically, like, going into those, the price pumps, and then, like, at them, it dumps. And I personally feel like it's, like, people just selling because they're spending money there. It's kind of what I think it is.
I mean, it's quite possible. It is quite possible.
Like, that's kind of like my thought. Because you have most of those crypto people in one place at the same time, and it's like they're spending crypto probably. So anyways, but so we have that. We have some other big things going on. By the end of Q1, we have a sale that'll be going on. This will be one of the most amazing sales. We're reopening the JPEG Boss Mint. Desert, take it from here because you do a better job.
So we'll be reopening the Boss Mint. The JPEG Bosses are a DAO in essence, a DAO in name only, but everything maxis sell Bitcoin to go to. Some of them do. Some of them sell. But what was I saying? Oh, yeah. Okay. So JPEG Boss is a DAO. It'll be a DAO in name only, in the simple fact that 50% of all the proceeds that come off the mint are going to go into a community wallet that is going to be governed by the holders of JPEG Bosses. It is going to be an investment group, and your active participation is what's going to make you eligible for the rewards that come from the investments. So it's going to be in your guys' hands. And then obviously the other 50% goes to JPEG Empire. There's overhead, there's expenses that need to be paid, the artist, the mint, the everything like that needs to be paid, building out the platform, all that stuff. So that will go live. We also have a bunch of partner traits. You see some of them coming across the screen in that promo right there. We got Risk Coin. We got Banker Bourbon. We got Hops Beer Stein. We got Angel Angel Finance Background. And we have the Inmates Placard. All of those are partner traits. All of those come with some kind of incentive, whether it be a rebate or an ongoing reward for holding that NFT. So that's it. That's what we got going.
Not to mention, very soon, well, we'll say after the mint, there will be a token drop. That token airdrop will go to holders of JPEG Junkies and JPEG Boss owners. So every mint of a JPEG Boss will have a built-in allocation that is going to be given to you. So if you're not so much into NFTs, but you're into tokens and you're excited about the investment group aspect, where this will be an opportunity for you to actively participate in investing funds. And as you are successful, as the community, the DAO is able to generate more funds, there will be a distribution method of revenue to all of the active participants, right? So this is going to be a lot of fun for everybody involved. There also could be trading opportunities that are given, because if you know that there's a play that is good that the DAO is going to make for the DAO, you might benefit from doing it yourself.
And I want to put a disclaimer on this. You're not going to have to hold one of the NFTs to be eligible for this token drop. Just so you guys know, there's plenty of ways to earn points for the airdrop, signing up for the trading platform, subscribing to Crypto Nightly, hitting that like button, following JPEG Empire Crypto Nightly on X, signing up for Promo Facey. We got a big interview coming out soon. Shout out to Promo Facey. Signing up for Promo Facing, interacting with the Twitter bot in the Discord. I mean, there's so many things. And then obviously holding junkies, holding bosses, buying off secondary, picking up some Crypto Nightly merch. I'm going to have to start bringing that up, bringing up the Crypto Nightly shirts. We should probably give something out for JPEG if you buy any JPEG Empire clothing.
Yes, absolutely. I definitely agree. I think any of the merch, which I mean is all community made, right?
Right.
So this is awesome.
The Crypto Nightly was made by me, is on my Amazon, but any JPEG merch that you might want is on jpegempire.shop, right? It's in the description below. So definitely, and shout out to Jaleesa. She is the one that's been putting that together, the merch. So that's what we got. I think that's it for housekeeping, if I'm not correct, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, absolutely. Promo Facey. We love it. All right. So without further ado, let's see what the market's doing. I do have a special request. My special request is going to be Aptos. We don't look at Aptos that much, but
as long as it wasn't SHIB again.
Yeah. Actually, I wanted to check out Whiff.
Probably should, because I own some, but
all right.
It'll come up. It's not something I'm actively worried about. All right. You know what? I don't like the way that this setup is. It is so crazy. There we go. I think this is better. What do you think? What do you guys think? You guys like this? Or you like that?
No, I like the side better. But I do wish that it would go back to like how it was, because I feel like before it was the whole screen, even though that covers up some of the data. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean? The screen share was the whole screen?
Yeah, where like this would fill up the
Well,
whole.
it was, but I shrank it a little bit because of the bottom banner.
No, I do
But
like
we
this.
can adjust that.
This is better.
You like this better?
Yes.
All right. So this is probably what we're going to start going with again. And this is our three layout, but we'll have to fix that. Either way, let's get the freshest data right here. And back under 3 trillion, down 5%. Massive sell-off in the past couple hours, down 5%, coming in at $2.977 trillion. We're working with 154 billion in volume. Bitcoin dominance at 58.3. Ethereum still under 9 at 8.76 and less than a GUI to send an ETH transaction. So Bitcoin coming in at 87,556, down 4.2. We got Ethereum at 2165, down 4.7. XRP at 246, down 2%. BNB at 593, down 1.6. Solana at 140, down 5% or 4.9. We got Cardano at 85.1, down 11.7%. Massive, massive sell-off. Dogecoin coming in at 1966, down 4.4. Tron at 2375, down 2.7. And it couldn't have fell out that far. Where is it? Where is Sui? Okay, Sui back to 19 at 272, up 2.7. So there we go. So that is the only green in the top 20 is Sui. That is amazing. Let's look at the biggest gainers. And that's going to be Movement up 10%, Athena up 5, Sui up 2.9, BitGet token up 2.7, Bitcoin Cash up 1.2, Jitto up 1.3, and then that's it. Wow. So that market sell-off we just had affected a lot of coins. Let's look at the biggest losers. Aave down 12.2, Cardano down 11.8, Ondo down 10.9, Sonic down 11, Jasmy down 7, Uniswap down 7, Maker down 7, and just a sea of red. But let's take a look at the actual market. Let's go up here. Let's go to Bitcoin. And as you can see, we're on the 15-minute. Look at that candle. 3.5% candle. And that is when the news came out. That's when the tweet came out from David Sachs that John had just read. And the market just got obliterated. That went from, so we had an open at 90,165. We had a low of 86,520. So that's a 4,500 drop. $3,500 drop. That doesn't make sense. $3,500 drop. And then it just kept going. So from top to bottom, from the open of this candle to the close of this candle was a 5% drop or $4,693. That is crazy. But that being said, we are getting what looks to be like a little V-shaped recovery here.
See, I was going to say cup and handle.
Well, you got to let me work through the process, bro. Let me work through the process. Okay. So, and this is on the 15-minute. The money flow, you can see the VWAP started to come down. The momentum started to go back up for the recovery. Now we're getting the red dot and it's rolling over. But if we break this down a little further, let's go down to the 7-minute. And we could say that this is looking a little cup and handle-ish. It's not a very good look, but We see your breakout point is right here at the rim. So this is saying it could take us back to 92,471, but I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think this is a true cup and handle, even though it does look like one. I mean, if we went down further, it looks a little better, right? You figure there's your rim right there. There's your handle. This is the measured move. Once you break the rim is the measured move. And that is a 4.3% move, or takes us back to 92,133. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think there's enough liquidity. I don't think there's enough positive movement. Just the fact that we got this beautiful V shape and now we're coming back down a little bit. Kind of happy with that. We are coming back down to the 21 on the 5 minute. But let's go out. Let's go out to the 2 hour. Let's get rid of all this. All right. And let's go out to the 2 hour. So we wicked. This is the candle. This is the dump candle right here. And we wicked almost all the way down to support at 84,100. Since then, we have made it back above support at 87,565, or no, 87,597. We were above it. Now we're losing it. We need to maintain this level. If we can't maintain this level, we're going to end up coming. We're going to fill this wick with a candle, and we're going to come back down to 84. Is what my opinion is on the matter. But we do have the Stokes are nice and reset. We do have, not on the 2 hour, but I think if we go down to the hour. So we got the VWAP coming back up. You know, money flow is stable. So we could get a clip right here on the momentum wave. And that's going to be a little bit of a, if this clips this next hour, if we get some positive movement, we stay above 87,597, we can stay there and we get a green dot right here. We're going to have a little bit of a bullish div on the momentum. As you can see, we have a higher low and we have a lower low. Not on the RSI. There is no bullish div on that. But I still think that everybody panicked. We had a mass sell-off. Maybe it was the big boys pushing it down. Maybe they were trying to get, trying to get in a little better position. But this is where we're at right now. We did, even though we broke the 200 on the 1 hour, we did pop right back above it, and we are above that. We are above the SR level right here. So this is good news. This is bullish news, or I should say less bearish. This takes some sting out of the bearishness of what just happened. So coming down to SWE, same thing with SWE. We had this boom, the sell-off. We break down. We pop back up. We're above the SR level at 265. We tried to get back above the 200. Could not get back above it. So we are going to be fighting with that. And we were playing out nicely. We were playing this 21, boom, boom. And then we come down, we come to retest the 21, and then the news comes out, and it just tanks. So we really need to see SWE get back above the 21, possibly get back above the 200 right here. But the main thing is holding this level. If we can't hold this SR level, we're coming back down to 229 where we were on Tuesday. So that I would set alarms right here. If you're looking to trade, I would set an alarm right here at this 265. And if we lose that, if we're down on the smaller time frames, right? So we would also be losing the 200 on the 15 minute if we lost that. So I would set an alarm. As a matter of fact, I personally am going to set an alarm on that. So set an alarm right here. If we break down below this, and the 200 right here. You open your short with your stop loss right above it, or you wait for it to come down, get a little retest, and then short the retest down to 229. Have any time to view XRP? Yes, I will look at XRP real quick. So that's kind of what I'm seeing. But if we can maintain this level of support, I think we're good. Obviously, we're not out of the woods. We don't know what Europe's going to do when they wake up. Asia should be awake right now. We'll probably see some volatility here in the next couple hours. Let's go to ADA. Same thing with ADA. Boom, massive sell-off. But we popped right back above this SR level that we've been holding at 84.1. You can see we were fighting it back here. We've been talking about it for a couple weeks now, getting above, not a couple weeks, but a couple days now, maintaining that above here. So that is good to see. It is kind of rolling over a little bit. The Stokes are rolling over a little bit. I think it's just the market's kind of exhausted right now. But money flow is going to the upside. Momentum is going to the upside. It looks like if you guys can see that right there, you can see that darker shadow behind, right? It kind of looks like it wants to clip and maybe get a red dot and start to come back down. But until we see that happen, we don't know. The VWAP is coming down, but it's curved in on itself. So on the 15-minute, if we can stay, why is my brush not up here? So if we can stay, see how it's coming down and it's like turned in on itself, maybe we can get something like that VWAP come back to the upside. And it looks, so we just printed a new candle, it looks like, and this area right here that was getting ready to turn bearish and print a red dot has changed. So let's take a look at what happened. Yeah. So we just printed this candle, or it just changed. We didn't print a new candle. I don't know why it changed. Oh, probably just because the price is starting to go back up. We're back above 86. So we're getting a little pump as we speak. Either way, we got the RSIs turned up. We are above the median line on the RSI, which is bullish. Stokes are kind of in the middle. They can still run up. They might come down a little bit, but they still have room to run up. Let's look at XRP real quick. XRP, same situation. Same situation. Sell off. We lost the 200. Sell off. Boom. Right down to support at 239. Beautiful wick off support. Back up. Now we're hitting our head at this 248 support. We need to get and print a candle above that. And it looks like we are accomplishing that right now. Is Bitcoin pumping or something? No, Bitcoin's flat. So, so we are getting back above it. We need to print a couple candles above that, get back above the 15-minute on XRP. And I think we'll see a full recovery back to about this 260 area right here. As long as we can maintain above this SR level, get above this 200, I think we will see a full recovery. RSI is looking nice, above the median, turned up. Momentum nice to the upside. Look at that. That money flow looks beautiful right there on the 15-minute. That is a perfect curve. We can see it curve back up like that. You can see it came down and went up. What's up?
Let me interrupt real quick. So Zeldaron, about what Sachs said, we're not going to be buying any new Bitcoin for the reserve. They're going to be using the forfeited Bitcoin, but they also said that they are going to buy if it's a budget neutral way that they can purchase. They basically don't want to cost taxpayers money directly in order to fund the reserve. So they don't want taxpayer money going into the reserve, but they're going to allow different departments to have different ways that they can purchase Bitcoin. Right. So that's basically what it is. We don't have to worry about them selling on us. That's what it means.
I'm not exactly sure what budget neutral means or what would fall under budget neutral, but essentially it's just like John said, that it's it's not coming out of the taxpayers' pockets. They don't need their base, because their voter base is not crypto. crypto and some other issues are what got them over the edge to win, but it's not crypto. So they don't want to be freaking out the boomers thinking, well, Doge is doing all these cuts, and then now we're just going to put it into crazy internet money.
I could see that.
Hey, they might.
I could see that.
You know, maybe you'll be able to pay your federal taxes in freaking Bitcoin or something like that. Would not surprise me. So this is kind of what I'm seeing for XRP, and it looks like it's playing out nice. A lot of these altcoins, as we've been talking, look, we are threatening the 200 right now. If we can get back above the 200 on XRP, that is going to be super bullish for the immediate. No matter what happens, even if we just kind of go sideways, to me, it does seem like this was just, we hit a local bottom. Market freaked out, buy the rumor, sell the news type of crap. Market freaked out, people dumped, and then now we're getting that pickup. Look, we just passed the 21 on the 15-minute for SWE. That is super bullish. Did we? Yeah, we reclaimed the 1 hour on SWE. We never even lost the 1 hour on ADA. That's awesome. But it's already back up to 86.7. We get that nice clip. XRP never lost the 1 hour. We actually wicked off it. When we wicked off this 239 right here, this support level, we actually broke through and wicked off the 1 hour on the 200 MA, which is super bullish. I got to check on FET real quick, just because I opened a FET long before we went live. This is kind of my expectations. This is the long. This is the reason I opened the long right here to 66. But we're good. We're still in profit. And John wants to look at what?
Aptos.
Aptos. I know I have it on here somewhere. Aptos.
Did have a run right there.
Wow. Aptos actually pumped higher than it was before the market sell-off.
That looks like the ETF. That looks like the ETF pump, honestly.
No, this is what did they? No, this just happened. This is only the 15-minute candle. This right here. So we've been selling off all day. This was the ETF news was over here. That's your ETF pump right there.
Gotcha.
Yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Okay,
yeah, yesterday the news came out, right?
Sorry.
So there's your ETF news pump right there. And then that gradual sell-off, right? All the way back to the 200, bounce off the 200. And then here's the news from today, the David Sachs news, big dump. But look at that. It's not only recovered, but went higher than it was before the crash. So Aptos looking strong. We are a little overbought on the Stokes. I think we're going to see those reset, and we are starting to print some red candles on the 15-minute. I can see us roll over, come down here to the 21. The 21, I would expect the 21, we're going to have a nice bullish cross on the 21 of the 50. Oh, and it just happened as we speak. And then we're going to probably come back down, touch the 21, and maybe start our next leg up. Because if you look at the momentum, same thing. Even though we have money flowed to the downside. So money flow is going further into the red, yet the price pumped. VWAP, everything is going to the red, but yet the price pumped. So VWAP's at the 0 line. It's kind of a straight line, so I do expect it to break and come back down. We got the red dot right here. So we are going to see a little sell-off on Aptos. I mean, I could say this is probably at support or at resistance right there. If we look, here's a high volume node. We got all this price action, boom, 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 boom. We get rejected from there. I mean, it's a possible short. It's a high risk short, but it is a possible short back down to the 21. Only about a 1% move, but I could see it coming down, a little scalp. The red dot did just disappear though, so it is not confirmed. We had to print this candle. And it's back. So here in about 13 and a half minutes, we'll know if this confirms, if this red dot confirms or not. But we even got the RSI going down. No bearish divs though. I mean, higher highs. So either way, are you looking at a long, or you want a longer?
For Aptos, not
term lookout?
Really.
Is that what you're going for?
Not really.
Or you just wanted to see what the price action was doing.
What the price action was doing. Because, I mean, Aaron is very bullish on Aptos. I've been hearing a lot of bullish news about Aptos.
Right.
And it's very similar to Sui. So I just kind of excited about it.
Well, I mean, on the daily, we come out here to the daily, and we are sitting right under this SR level at 616, this high volume node right here. The Stokes are turned up. They have turned to the upside. We got the green dot on the momentum. So momentum waves are getting real tight. RSI is above the median, but we're still below the 50 mark. So we're still in this bearish area. But let's see. I mean, you could say that that's kind of rounding out a little bit. We could see something like that. But I would keep my eye on Aptos if it's something you guys are interested in. It's definitely worth an accumulation. We are definitely in an accumulation zone. Money flow is flattening out, which is nice. So we've lost, we stopped dumping and it's flattening out. The VWAP is really shallow in its angle, has a really shallow angle to it. We do have this green dot you can barely see right there behind the money flow. So I like Aptos. I own SWI.
No. 100%. 100%. I just have been looking at Aptos. Like, it's something I don't hold, but like maybe I should.
Right. Well,
that's how I've been feeling. We've seen it pump pretty hard a few different times, and it's been on my mind ever since I've been seeing it more places.
But do you think, I understand this is not an exact analogy, but like XLM, XRP, Aptos, SWI, you know what I mean? Even though those aren't exact analogies, but they are similar. XRP, XLM, both related, both do the same thing,
similar times, or
right.
I definitely see them similar like that. But I mean, like, if you make massive gains in XRP, it makes sense to generally move a little bit to XLM, because usually XLM pumps after XRP, right? So like that's kind of how I look at it. Aptos
does have more upside potential though, I guess. So Aptos is number 36, coming in at 3.6 billion, where SWI, come on, is at 8.6 billion at number 19.
Like Vet and Link, yes.
No.
They pump similar times to each other.
Yeah, but those are two different use cases. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Link and Pith, maybe.
There you go. Absolutely. All right, so I have a whole bunch of articles. There's probably no way we can get through all of them at this point, but I'm going to try to hit as many as you can as quickly as
Daddy
possible.
Trump threw a wrench in everything, bro.
What did he do just now?
Huh?
What did he do just now?
No, by dumping the market. You know what I mean? We had all this stuff planned, but then, he throws a wrench in everything.
Absolutely.
Or threw a wrench in everything.
So I thought that this was kind of funny. So U.S. Customs may have thought Bitcoin miners were radio frequency devices. So thousands of Bitcoin mining machines have been reportedly seized at U.S. ports of entry since as early as September. But there's been conflicting information as to why. So basically they saw all of these things and they had no idea what it was. Thousands of Chinese-made Bitcoin miners had reportedly been seized at U.S. ports of entry around September and only began to be released again as of a few weeks ago. So I guess this is Country Border Patrol, Customs and Border Patrol, moved to seize the Bitcoin miners. Came at the request of U.S. Federal Communications Commission agency. Industry players have said. So basically, what transpired here is you have the U.S. Federal Communications Commission agency, some random agency that has some specific purpose that's around communications. They saw this tech coming into the U.S. They said, those are radios, so this is under our purview, so we're going to take them over. So they seized a bunch of these Bitcoin miners thinking they were radios and things used for communications from China. So, I don't know how to explain what this would be like. This would be like, I don't know. This would be like if you had an old school record player and then it got stopped at the border by some young person who'd never seen one before, or like you sent a shipment of floppy disks, right? And the young person was like, "This looks suspicious. We're seizing this, right?
Right.
Never seen a floppy disk before. Never seen a vinyl, a VHS, So this is like the opposite, right? There's this new high tech stuff in the reverse, and they were like, "We don't know what this is, but it can't be good. It's coming from China,
China.
So this is what we talked about already. Donald Trump signs the executive order for the strategic Bitcoin reserve. We went over the post by David Sachs on Twitter. Basically outlines that they are using all the forfeited and seized Bitcoin from criminal and civil cases in order to seed that fund. So it's pretty interesting, exciting. We don't have to worry about the U.S. dumping on us anymore. There was that massive dump of a bunch of Bitcoin. I can't remember. I think it was at auction, and it was like they didn't want to sell it to the Winklevi twins, and so there was some other Bitcoin maxi, I think from Swan Bitcoin or whatever, who ended up buying it at auction. I remember it was a whole thing because everybody was like, "Sell it to me." Or let me buy it, because they're selling it at like for pennies. I think it was like $20,000 a Bitcoin or something when the market price was like 50K, 60K. So really poor decisions been going on there. So I like that they have a plan. This reserve bill sets out a plan for them to accumulate more over time without charging the taxpayers. Again, they have to get more clarity on what these definitions will be and what's going on. But it's interesting. So, Russian crypto trading platform Garantex seized by the Secret Service. The exchange, which has been linked to Russian banks under EU sanctions and criminal groups, have been targeted by investigators for years. The U.S. Secret Service, with international law enforcement, seized and removed the website of Russian crypto exchange Garantex, citing alleged ties to sanctioned Russian banks and criminal groups. The Garantex homepage, which is now timing out, had previously said that the platform's domain had been taken by the agency, which received a warrant from the U.S. Attorney of the Eastern District of Virginia. Spokesperson for the Secret Service.
Why are they using an American domain?
Poor planning. Yeah.
Okay.
They didn't have the correct legal advice. They should have definitely. I mean, do you know, I'm actually probably going to have this guy on, but I met a guy. What time is the meeting tomorrow with Trump and crypto bros? I know it's tomorrow, but don't know the time. Nobody knows the time. It's not public. The details have been kept under wraps, and we don't know that it's even going to be televised.
Right.
So it might not be televised, and it might the recording might come out after the fact, right? Or something.
Ellie Tourette did put out a list, though. Whenever you're done with that, we'll find that. We'll go into that. We'll bring that list up. I trust her more than just some random screenshot of a supposed list,
Absolutely. The action about this that comes shortly after stablecoin issuer Tether froze 28 million in USDT on the exchange on Thursday. Garantex has been the target of Western European and US investigators who say it has worked with the darknet and ransomware groups. So this is probably somewhere that groups like Lazarus have been laundering money, and then also just illicit activities, allegedly. Right?
Allegedly.
OFAC alleged that more than 100 million in transactions on the exchange were associated with illicit actors and darknet markets, including nearly 6 million from Russian RAAS gang Conti, and approximately 2.6 million from Hydra, a darknet market. This is kind of interesting. But again, I think the biggest question is, why did they use an American domain? You idiot.
Yeah, that's when you said the Secret Service with other agencies took them down. I'm sitting here thinking, well, how
In
the F
Virginia?
can they take them down if they're in Russia?
Yeah.
It's,
Right?
you know?
Yeah.
So obviously it was just a Russian controlled exchange, not in Russia, but linked to Russian banks and all of that. That's crazy.
I loved this exchange. I want to be in the room when it happens. Hybrid family. And then Zeldrin, sorry, closet's taken. Hybrid family. Love that. That's so funny. That crypto event is going to be huge.
Yeah.
If it doesn't go public, then it's probably going to be even bigger than we'll ever know, to be honest.
Here's the go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, yeah, the thing is that a lot of the people are the TradFi people, Circle, Ripple. It's the insiders, to be honest. It's not like it's not like all crypto is invited. And they had to have a flow, like an overflow event made for the other people. Right? Because there was only like 70 people are invited to the first thing. So,
and this one is supposed to be, I guess it's supposed to be more intimate, more of a round table discussion or something like that.
Can we pull this up? Your screen?
Yeah. Oh no, yeah. I was waiting for you to do the articles, but yeah.
Oh, no.
So this is from Eleanor Tourette. She's a big reporter in crypto. Updated White House Digital Asset Summit attendee list. More may be out there, but this is who I have personally confirmed. So you have a general partner from Andreessen Horowitz or A16Z. You have the CEO of Mara Holdings. Dang it. You have the CEO of BitGo. You have Brad Garlinghouse. Then you have the Giancarlo MKTS, former CFTC chairman and senior counsel. You got the CEO of Falcon Network, the CEO of Anchorage, the CEO of Crypto.com. Then you got the Winklevi. You got Vlad from Robinhood. You got, I don't know who. So Kraken. Oh, that's right. Jesse Powell stepped down from CEO, didn't he?
Yes.
That's not Jesse Powell.
And we got Saylor.
Yeah. You know, David Saylor or Michael Saylor is going to be there. Come on.
Dude, I'm excited.
So you got the CEO from Kraken. You got Michael Saylor. You got Brian Armstrong. You got Sergey from Chainlink. You got Kyle Samini, managing partner at Multicoin Cap. So Multicoin Cap is David Sachs, one of David Sachs' old companies.
Can you imagine that?
He divested completely from it, apparently, because I seen an exchange today about how he sold all his crypto and even divested from Multicoin Cap when he took the appointment as the crypto czar.
To his wife.
Yeah, right. Then of course you're going to have the guy from Liberty, World Liberty, the CEO. So Exodus Wallet, Paradigm, Bitcoin Magazine, and then whoever Jono Steinberg from Wisdom Tree Funds, and Brian Brooks US also confirmed. So
interesting.
And look, I think John Carter might be there too. I don't know who this desert crypto guy is, but I'm pretty sure he says John Carter's going to be there.
Unfortunately, tomorrow I won't make it, but in a week or two I can make it.
The other thing, real quick, the other thing's funny. F around and find out. Breaking UK judge orders fake Satoshi Craig right to pay $160,000 to developers that he sued. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Craig Wright is the biggest, like, he's like the biggest
poser douchebag.
He's the biggest ass in all of crypto.
Charles is an intimate guy. Charles was not invited, apparently.
And he's not going to be there because he's going to be in Japan.
Supposedly, he said he didn't even know that ADA, he didn't even know about Trump's tweet and ADA being put in the strategic reserve or the stockpile. I find that hard to believe.
I don't
believe
that.
The dude is connected to Twitter just as much as anybody. You know?
But also, like, nobody knew that was going to come from Trump, though, that way. You know what I mean? The way that it came out.
Yeah, I mean, nobody knew prior to Sunday, but as soon as that came out,
you
telling me he didn't know within like a couple of hours?
Yeah. But it's also hard for me to believe that anybody that works in any of the founding entities of Cardano didn't call him for him to pat them on the back that they got that deal done. Right? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think that's crazy. I mean, if it was me, I'd be like, hey, Charles, look what I did. Are you proud of me? But
I'm sure the Cardano Foundation will take credit for it, or Intersect, or somebody.
I'm sure they will. But so I saw this. Crypto voters could swing New Jersey's gubernatorial race. Gubernatorial. I hate that word. I hate it every time I've ever seen it. It just sucks.
It's not even like
governor's race.
I mean, gubernatorial. So the governor's a goober.
Yeah. It's weird. But I like this. I hope that we get a crypto positive person up there in New Jersey. I hope that crypto voters are the ones that swing that vote. I think that I just want to applaud Stand With Crypto and what Coinbase is doing by identifying who is pro-crypto and who is anti-crypto in the local races everywhere across the country. Everybody that has a Coinbase app, which is over 200 million people, can see which political people that are running for office are for or against their interests. It doesn't matter blue or red. They will let you know who's crypto positive and who's not. And I think that's so massive. I think it's so massive. All right. And then so more ETFs have been issued. I'm just going to skim through this. But so we got Sol, Litecoin, Dogecoin, Aptos, Axelar, which is interesting. I am not even familiar with that blockchain.
I don't know what that is.
But it says that Axelar, developed by Meta's Diem blockchain engineers. There are a lot of these that have been coming out. Well, I mean, a lot of these big ones, Aptos.
Sui and Aptos are both by the ex Facebook guys.
Yeah, so very interesting.
What's that ticker? AXL?
AXL, yeah. And so I love this. Want to see if there are any more that are exciting. But Sol, XRP, these we already know. Litecoin, HBAR. Nothing is exciting here, but Axelar is the only one that we didn't know about.
So Axelar is a relatively low cap, coming in at number 181, 366 million. Looks like it was launched right in the middle of the bear market. So it came out in September of 22. Had a big run up in March with everything else. And then December's wasn't quite as high.
What's the circulating supply?
927 million. So it's pretty diluted.
Okay, because that was kind of...
But there is no max supply.
Okay.
So more can be printed. But, I mean, that's 89% of the supply. 927 million out of 1.2 billion. 88% of supply. is circulating. That's good.
So it says that the maximum supply of Axelar is 1,136. Well, just kidding. 1 billion.
Yeah, but that's
1
not what
billion.
CoinGecko.
100.
CoinGecko has the total at 1.193.
Oh, interesting. So we would have to check out the tokenomics. It says, yeah, we'll have to check out the tokenomics. But that's interesting. When this came up, I was really just thinking, very interesting sports analogies there by account 3. But when I saw Axelar, I think that could be a sleeper pick. If they're talking about an ETF being possible and it's a very low cap, that could be a massive pumper. So I think it's definitely something to check out. So yeah.
I don't know. Those two comments don't coincide with each other, though. Sell, sell, sell. And then shorts are like the Chiefs better day before Super Bowl. Bitcoin longs are Eagle betters. Wait until the game starts tomorrow during the summit. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't be I can't say I wouldn't be doing any trading because I'm in a trade, but I would be very, very cautious doing any kind of trading right now.
All right, so I only have this one and then one more I want to cover, and then we're out of here. But Texas Strategic Reserve Bill SB 21 passes in state Senate. So this is massive. This is positive motion for Texas. Having a strategic Bitcoin reserve. We love that. And you have to understand that the United States has 50 states, and the majority of those states have larger economies than a majority of the countries in the world.
Yes.
And so when we're talking about and seeing Bitcoin strategic reserves, if we get that in all 50 states, there's currently, I think, like 32, 36 it was last time we checked, something like that, just under 40 that are considering it. If we get all 50 states, that is going to be globally massive. Plus what the U.S. is doing for the government. This is going to be massive. Very excited about this for the trajectory of Bitcoin. This is something I'm excited about. So Axie Infinity, Atia's Legacy, a MMORPG game, is coming to the Ethereum network on Ronin. I think as far as gaming goes, I am kind of getting really bullish on Ronin. And the reason that I'm saying that is because we see more of these game makers building on Ronin Network. And I personally love a game called Sunflower Land. And Sunflower Land just moved from where it was on the EVM chain to Ronin Network. And so the user experience of some of these games is really great. I think that these are the things that are going to bring a lot of users into crypto. And then so I'm bullish on Ronin Network. I think that they've worked through a lot of really hard things. I could never forget the 51st state Canada and the 50th.
Do you know what?
I don't know. I think that the 51st state being Canada is going to be tough to call because it's either going to be Canada or Greenland or, after this
Greenland will just turn into a province.
Oh, okay. The province. What do you mean? We're not going to give them statehood?
No, we haven't given Puerto Rico or freaking St. Croix or Guam or any of them statehood. Why would we give Greenland statehood?
I guess that's fair, but why would we give it to Canada?
It's connected to us.
Okay. Fine.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. It can still be. It doesn't have to be the 51st state. He can still be the governor of a province.
I was going to say the next thing we're going to have to conquer after that is probably Mexico. I mean, it's already the Gulf of America now. So I
do agree with that. I agree with that 100%.
Definitely agree with that.
I mean, as it stands right now, obviously we're not actively buying, but if the U.S. government starts to actually buy, damn, yeah, the rest of the world's not going to let well, actually, we're what, second? We have the second largest economy. China has the largest economy. They're not going to allow us to just buy it all up for sure.
He's coming for Colombia, John. Watch out. I think that Bitcoin or BitBoy is probably going to go for Colombia before Trump does. But aside from that, I will say I definitely think that this is going to trigger a massive buying of Bitcoin war. And I think that one of the things that's going to happen first is that most of the other countries in the world are much more agile than the United States as far as getting things passed. So as these things in the US get close to being achieved, I could see a lot of other countries jumping on ship faster than us. And I think that that's bullish, long term. And Jeff Dukes, shout out to Jeff Dukes, big love. John will be wearing peanut butter soon. Yes, I will have a tie on and peanut butter if Bitcoin hits 200K, which who knows? Maybe it will.
It ain't going to be tonight.
It ain't going to be tonight. Peanuts. Digital Air, always looking for a bigger fool. It looks like that won't be the U.S. government. And yeah, I think that it is a really bullish thing. I also think that Bitcoin is just going to belong to nation states. I don't think that it's actually going to be something that regular people are going to use. I think it might be something that people use to store their value in their family throughout generations. But I don't really believe that its practical use case is like for the individual. I think it makes sense for nations to trade Bitcoins between each other. I don't think it necessarily makes sense for private citizens or individuals to hold Bitcoin with that kind of a mindset. I think there are a lot of other opportunities that are better. I think there's a lot of crypto that is cheaper and faster to transact between people, right? So I just
if I'm buying Bitcoin, my exact same strategy for buying Bitcoin is the same one for buying gold. I'm buying it to stockpile it, hold it, hedge against inflation, have it in a pinch. That's why I'm buying Bitcoin. I'm not buying Bitcoin to make money. I'm not buying gold to make money. I'm buying gold and Bitcoin to retain the value, and to hedge inflation.
Gold, lead, and guns. God bless America.
That's right.
Anyways, on that note, love you guys. Thank you all for joining us. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and share this with everybody. We appreciate you guys. We come to you every single day, Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. PST, except for the very rare occasion where we don't. But we're here every single night. We've got some awesome interviews with great projects in the space they're building. If you all ever have any projects that you really love and would love for us to talk to, dude, put them in the comments. We'll reach out to them and we'll try to get them on. So thank you.
DM us, jump in Discord, drop in the comments. If there's somebody you want us to interview, we'll look into it for sure.
And I already shot a message to Bank. I said we haven't had Extra Crispy yet, which is Lil Thunder's brother, right?
Okay.
And so we actually can't have Bitcoin on or BitBoy on. BitBoy won't come on this show. Desert is blocked. I might be able to reach out to him and get him to come on, but I doubt it. IDK who he is, but seems fun. But we personally are not BitBoy fans because he just, it's been
long story short. Like when it all went down with Hit Network, I defended him, defended, and then he just went crazy and he started crapping all over the people that were defending him, and then calling out people like AJ and J Chains, calling him a murderer, calling him a user, was the final straw. And
AJ was so nice. AJ was so nice. Right. We had such a blast with AJ. It was crazy.
Yeah.
He's such a good person. We've seen him multiple different times. He was at last Rare Evo. So everybody need to make sure that you buy your Rare Evo tickets as soon as possible because they're cheaper. And to get them even cheaper, use the discount code Crypto Nightly.
That's right.
It's going to be awesome. It's going to be in Vegas. There are going to be so many things. We had a blast last time. Everybody's going to have a blast this time. There's going to be so many cross-chain projects. ICP, HBAR, Algorand, so many big projects. But thank you all for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow night. Peace.